Good evening, vinyl community. How's everyone doing tonight? Just wanted to do a quick little collection update as I had to take a trip downstate for work and had a chance to hit some record stores down there. Want to thank everyone for subscribing. There's been a lot of new subscribers out there. Channel's almost at 300. That's great. I appreciate every one of you out there. Yeah. So what should we do here? Should we start with the first one? One store that I've been to a multitude of times, they do quite a bit of metal down there. And they had, must have just taken in a pretty nice metal collection. I picked up 6 or 7 from them, but there was things I left behind that were, well, I didn't need them, but original Flotsam and Jetsams and all of that kind of stuff, Iron Maidens and what have you. So we're going to dig right into it. And the first one here is one that of course, I bought the reissue here not too long ago. And what do I find? A German original. And if its only flaw is this little thing right there, and that doesn't even go to the backside much at all. This thing's in mint shape, 100% readable spine. The nice thing about the high roller that you guys could feel very comfortable getting that. One, it sounds fantastic, but look at those covers. Other than that, just a slight shade difference. That high roller is perfect on the artwork. They must have had the original art for this high roller. There's something else I'm going to show you on that too. So inside here, obviously the original noise, black labels, same on both sides. Lyrics and the original advertisements for the titles and the postcard. So pretty cool finding that. One of the things I noticed on here was there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 songs on the lyrics here. Well, is that why? The high roller includes all of them. Photo collage. As High Roller does a very nice job with theirs, you'll definitely get your money's worth from them. So terrific. This thing sounds amazing. This thing's in near mint condition, as was everything that I picked up from this particular store. Here's another one. Japanese pressing. Nice, sturdy, heavy cardboard. I'm going to take this off. Not a wrinkle on it. Couple little weird spots there, but so really nice shape. Obviously, it has the jewels for the Thunder in the East, unlike the US copy that did not have that. So again, nice thick cardboard sleeve. Look at that record. Look at that thing. Totally perfect. And it sounds amazing. Crystal clear. Original one. The insert. all the lyrics in English, Japanese, and then on the back there's a whole write-up in Japanese. I'd be really curious to know what this says. I'm going to have to try the Google Translate thing and see what comes up of that. But wait, there's more. This had the original sticker sheet in it, in perfect shape, every sticker on it. As you can see, they're all slightly different logos. Pretty cool, though, from the various albums prior to. So, always nice when you can get all the extras with it, and they're in perfect shape too. All right, one more here that I had been looking for a while. I've got a Metal Blade reissue, but now I have the OG. Finally got this is the last original of the first 4 albums, 5 if you count the EP. So I've got a full run of the up through Escape from Nowhere. Again, this thing sounded amazing. I've spun it already. Picture and the lyric sheet. And this thing is in perfect shape. These records, I mean, this jacket here has no marks on it anywhere. I mean, the spine is totally readable, but there's a couple, nothing major there, but there's not a crinkle in that, period. Okay, this next one, I've got a couple versions of it already. One being the Columbia Epic Records reissue from 1988, but here I scored the original 1986 Shrapnel Records. This thing here had a different cover for, trying to find it here. It came out with a different cover in the States in 1988. This one here, the back is, of course, different than, they totally redid the cover. Musically, I think this one sounds a little punchier. The reissue is a Direct Metal Master, a DMM. Silver label, so it's a later pressing. I think the originals were black labels in 86 and 87, 85, 86, 87, and then they went to the silver in the later years. But again, perfect shape, sounds amazing, super glad to have it. Do I already have this one? Yes, this is a second copy, but this is the US copy. I have the Music for Nations copy, the later 1991 pressing that put the 2 original singles on there as bonus tracks. Nothing in it, but the silver, pull that out, show you guys. The original silver label from Megaforce Records. I'm on a mission to collect all of these. Believe MRS 05 and 04 I have, Metallica, the Whiplash EP. And then there's a couple earlier ones that I think were only on 7-inch, and Merciful Fate, I think, was one of them. Those are going to be almost impossible to find, but I'm missing, I think, 2 of the complete run of the albums that they did, starting with Kill 'Em All, and I think it was ending with the From the Megavault. So still looking for 2 of them. This one here, I've heard a lot of talking about this one here, or this band of late, and I just saw one. First time I've really seen one in a long time, but I figured, what the heck, I'm going to grab this. And Mekong Delta, German, kind of a who's who in metal. We were talking about it on a stream one night, and I think Steve was saying some things about who's all in it, and it was kind of funny to look that up and then realize that they've all had their own bands going, lyrics. Obviously, this is a cutout. I've never seen one cut that way before, but hey, whatever. It's a US copy from 1988 on Steamhammer. They did do that same thing. They did the blue and the green. So they followed suit with that out of Germany too. So looking forward. I haven't spun this one yet, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a spin. Might even do that tonight here. So now at another store, I ran across a few things. A lot of these were sealed, and some of them just still in the shrink. I got rid of the reissue a couple days after I found this one, but Steeler, I'd been looking for an original. That's a horrible glare, sorry about that. The original forever. Still in the shrink, it was sealed. I opened it up. It's the silver label, again, not the black, but they're using the same plates. And these are on all that, what they call the better vinyl, the translucent vinyl. If you hold it up to a light, you'll see the transparency in it. So they used the same pressing plant and plates for this all the way up through. So super glad to finally have an original of that. This next one here, I'm going to try to move it along here a little bit, was one I had been missing forever. I have all the other Ace Frehley Atlantic solo records, but I was missing this one. And I found this one, $20 bill, sealed. Hype sticker and everything. Lyrics and everything. I've seen this thing 60, 70 bucks before, and then just finding it on the Megaforce Atlantic label there. Super happy to find that. Like I said, I've got all the other ones, but I did grab this one too. I've actually got a European pressing of this, but this one was sealed, and I think it was 12 bucks or something like that. Shrink is torn in a few places on it. I'll probably pull the shrink off this one just because it's falling apart. But again, just the Atlantic inner and the Specialty Records pressing. So super happy to have that other second sighting. So now I have all four of those. You guys might know I'm a fan of Nuclear Assault. And in 1990, Glenn Evans did a solo project. Combat Records, another sealed record. Couldn't believe it. This thing's was a cheap one too. How about a merchandise form? Pretty cool. On the green, the newer green camouflage labels. And perfect lyrics. And this record, I don't think did real well back in the day. I think I remember having it. I might have had it on a cassette or something. But this thing was in the cutout bins everywhere. This is not a cutout. This is a untouched copy. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one. All right. I'll skip this one and I'll go to this one here. This was actually a Discogs purchase because I found something and they had it. They said the cover was a bit, you could see up here, it's bent. There's a crease where my finger runs down through. But overall, it's in really nice shape. It was cheap. I was ordering, I forget what else I was ordering it with, but this thing's in perfect shape. Neat records out of the UK. Again, no lyrics in them, but the red neat label. Funny how it says made in England, but the pressing ID is MPO. MPO is France. So down here, printed and made in England. So did they send the plates up to England from MPO? I think a lot of the Music for Nations and Neat Records were pressed at MPO. But yeah, I had a back on black version of this, and when I saw that, I knew I had to have it. And then on the trip, I found this one wasn't sealed, but the one I was missing of the first four, though I still need the second one on an original. I have the first, third, and fourth on original. But yeah, this one here, again, another one of those made in England, sticker on the back here. Neat Records. This one doesn't have the, it's got just a regular white, doesn't say Neat Records. It is French because it's got the French, made in French, written in French, and the MCPS, which is the French publishing. So normally I don't keep them if they're just plain white, but this one had something special with it, so we're keeping that in there. Plus it helps keep this thing here. This thing is like paper thin. So yeah, Warfare. Early, mid-80s, hardcore thrash, punkish, came out of the new wave of British heavy metal. Some of you might recognize the name Kronos from Venom. He's in here. Montes is in there too. So Evo on drums, Gunner on guitars, additional musicians. Montes, Marty, and can't read that one. But yeah, here we got Evo, Gunner, and Slaughter. So a lot of fun stuff there. Another one, I remember this band. They're a Japanese band, but this was a In the Shrink, open but in the Shrink, Earthshaker. This is a British Music for Nations pressing. So, made in England. Oh, there we go. Made in Great Britain, I should say. So, again, this one here actually does not say MPO on this one, but there's the label. I had one or two of these back in the day. They went with a purge around the year 2000, 2001 when I unfortunately got rid of several hundred records, but this one and I think the one after it were in that, so it was always nice when I can grab them again. So, okay, this next one is a bit of an odd one. Well, the record isn't. It was sealed. Wrathchild, UK. You guys might remember that. They had a couple records. Heavy on the glam. This one was sealed, but the shrink wrap, it's kind of a crispy shrink wrap, which not sure, thicker than normal. And the reason I'm wondering, is it a re-wrap or what? The spine is totally fine. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, but according to Discogs, there was a lyrics inner. Well, this one doesn't have it. It's got one of these, I assume that's some type of dating on there, but that was all that was in there. I didn't get a lyrics inner with it. The thing looks unplayed, literally. Too many lights in here. So, but is that a re-shrink? I don't know. The record looks fine. So, two left here, guys. Two left. Can't say I actually know much of anything about this band. I've heard of them. I remember them back in the day. Angkor Wat, hardcore. Metal Blade Records had a sub-label called Death Records. Well, this is one of those, Death Records. It's kind of hard because the shrink is shrinking. But it has reference to Metal Blade on the inside. The copyrights list Metal Blade in the bottom text. So Metal Blade, I'm not passing it up. I'm not passing anything up from Metal Blade, Combat Records, Music for Nations, Noise, Shrapnel. Sure there's others. So now for the last one that I have wanted for a very, very long time, hidden in the thumbnail up at the corner, in the shrink. It's the difficult, there we go, that might be a little better. Fates Warnings, Night on Brocken, their debut album, original Metal Blade Records. Thinking I'm going to pull this shrink off. It's a pretty loose one anyway, and because it's all wrinkled up, starting to tear at the bottom, but little seam split right there. Start of one, but that's nothing. The pictures and the lyrics. Again, this thing is in perfect shape, not an ear bent on any of those. Silver labels. So again, early pressing for sure. You know, they went through a multitude of covers. You know, why did they change the covers? Was this the first one, or was the Witch on the Hill one the original one? For some reason, I'm thinking this is. I don't have the other one. I'll grab it when I find it. But again, that's another record that goes for a lot of money. And this one does too, but I got a pretty darn good price on it. So I was happy to grab it. The third cover was just black with a moon on it. I've looked, and I know I see it on Discogs, $20-$30. I might get it just for the heck of it. I've got the CD. I think the CD, the only original CD, was the only one that had that cover. And then the reissue came with the other, with the green, the Witches on the Hills, not this cover. So, yeah, that's it. I've got one more record coming, actually two, and it was one that popped up in my Discogs want list. The guy had two of them listed up there. I don't know if that was a mistake on his part or not, but they were literally about half the price of what I'm seeing that record go for. An old Combat Records. Stay tuned for the next episode, and you'll see it there. So, all right, have a great weekend, and enjoy. Please like and subscribe at the bottom. I do appreciate it, and enjoy the weekend. If you're in an area that's got snow, we're getting a lot of it here. So northern Michigan, yeah. So we'll talk to you soon. Take care.